Good morning, Baycroft. How are we all doing out there? Welcome to yet another week here on Baycroft TV. Hope you're all feeling fit, well, happy, had a great weekend and are looking forward to another week here with us. Now, the more observant of you out there will notice that I've moved around a little bit on the map here, and that's because I'm going to talk today about a historical event that happened during this week in 1494. Now, back then, Christopher Columbus, one of the most famous and celebrated explorers of all time, discovered what we now know as Jamaica, which is up here somewhere. Now, the name of Columbus is still rightly very famous today, but unlike many historical characters, he was also very famous during his own lifetime and was a celebrated hero, and rightly so. Explorers are an amazing bunch of very brave nutters with incredibly understanding mums. I mean, imagine saying to your mum or carer, I'm off out now, going for a bit of an old explore, don't know when I'll be back, so don't make me any tea. You'd never be allowed, would you? But explorers then, as today, are incredibly brave people. Take, for example, Neil Armstrong, who was not only the first man to walk on the moon, but was also one of history's biggest lunatics. Anyway, Neil Armstrong was the first man to walk on the moon, a very famous hero of his generation. Dead easy, right? Pop up to the moon, come back for champagne and talk shows. But just think about it. Imagine if it was me. Hey Rob, I got a real swell idea for you, buddy. All right, yeah. What's that then? How about you become famous as being the first man on the moon? Well, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm up for that, yeah. What's that entail then? Well, we'll kind of stick you in a long baked bean tin, pack it full of high explosive fuel, and jet you and a few buddies off to the moon. And all being well, you'll be back with us in a few days. Right. And what about all not being well? What happens then? Let's not worry about that. No, let's worry about that. Let's worry about that a whole lot. But, fortunately, there are many braver people than me in the world, including Christopher Columbus. He was most famous for discovering America, which came as quite a big surprise to many thousands of people who already live there. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Imagine someone turning up tomorrow and declaring that they've discovered gospel when there's loads of you already there. But all the same, his voyages and his bravery paved the way for European expansion into the West. He didn't set out to discover America, of course. He actually set out to find a shortcut to China, where he knew there were great riches, but it was really difficult to actually get to China back in those days, either via sea or across land. So he thought he would try and find a shortcut. And according to his calculations, if he set off from Spain and went 2,500 miles, he'd bump into China, which was close. He was only 10,000 miles and the whole continent of America out. But that's okay, because many great things are discovered by accident. So he sailed across, sailed back, bringing with him turkeys, pineapples, a bunch of peaceful locals who he decided to enslave, but don't worry about that. And he was treated as an absolute hero, and rightly so. Columbus never knew he'd discovered America. He died believing that he'd found a shortcut to Asia and China. But that really doesn't matter. And it also really doesn't matter the rights and wrongs of how Columbus is viewed historically. Fact is, he was an incredibly brave man, an incredibly successful explorer, and rightly became one of history's most famous men. So that's Columbus. On with the broadcast. Enjoy, and I'll see you at the end.
Good morning, Baycroft. Really good to see you today. Hope you've had a great weekend, enjoyed a bit of sunshine, a bit of exercise and air, and that you're ready to start your week and ready to think about learning. Don't forget that learning can take lots of different forms. It doesn't have to be writing in books, and it doesn't have to be reading things on the internet. I've been really proud to hear from your mums and dads and carers about the way you've been helping around the house and some of the new skills that you've been learning. And these are all really, really important activities that we don't usually have time for in school, but the ones that you'll need as adults to take care of yourself and to take care of other people. So well done for working hard on those, and I'm looking forward to hearing all about it when we get back to school. Now, I've got some really good news today, because you remember just before Easter I set a challenge for you to try and work out what was my favourite type of chocolate Easter egg. So 2 people gave replies, and so decided, because neither of them was exactly spot on, decided to give both of them a prize. So I'm going to ask Mrs. Farmer to write to their mums and dads and just find out what they would like to have made in their Easter egg and what their favourite chocolates are. So if you know that you gave an answer to the competition, then you can be sure that I'll be making you a very special egg all of your own very soon. I've had a lovely week last week. Thank you very much to the tutor groups that invited me to go to their Zoom calls. It was great fun to take part in a quiz, and it was lovely to see some Year 7s and some Year 10s. And hopefully you enjoyed seeing me and Barney when we eventually managed to wake him up from his sleep. Now, we've got a bit of a change this week, because Mr. Mitchell has decided to open up the comments section, and I know he's going to be talking to you about how to use that sensibly and kindly and appropriately. So I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope your mums and dads find it useful that we've done a little bit of work on our home learning resources to try and make them easier to work on. Don't forget, if you'd like me to come to any of your Zoom calls, or mums and dads, if you'd like me to give a ring to the house to talk to your child or to say well done or encourage them with anything, really, really happy to do that. It's always nice for me to catch up with people and to hear about what's going on for you. So have a great week, be good, take care, stay safe, and I will see you very soon. Bye.
Now we're going to be doing a plank. Now the plank is really good for our core. We've worked pretty much every other muscle during this exercise in our body, because we're doing a full body workout. So it's important that we work our core as well to end the session off in a good way. Now for a plank, you're going to be lying down on the floor like this. Okay? You're going to have your arms underneath your shoulders. So your elbows underneath your shoulders and your arms going forward as so. Now, almost like a press-up position, you're going to lift your body up so you've got a nice straight back. Okay? Your head can be pointing forwards. Focus on something that's not moving. Always a good way to pass the time. Maybe listen to some music while you're doing it. You won't even realise you're doing it for a long time. Okay? Now, when you're doing your plank, you're going to try and do it for 30 seconds. Now, this is a really good way to work out your core, your abdominals, okay? So, what I want you to try and do, 30 seconds if you can. If not, go for as long as you can and then stop, because there's no point overworking yourself and injuring yourself.
Good morning, Baycroft, and happy Monday. I just wanted to start off this week by saying a massive thank you to you all for sending in your ideas and thoughts linked to Unity last week. It was great to see so much work. Now this week's concept links to the following short clip. See if you can guess what it is.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Dorino singing.
Yep, that's right. It's resilience, of course. As you can see in the clip, Dory just keeps swimming, and keeps on going the whole way through until she finds Nemo. Now we're going to start this week, like we did last week, and let's hear from the staff to see what they think resilience means to them.
Resilience means to me never giving up even when things get tough, the courage to come back from a failure and trying even if you're not sure that you'll succeed, getting back up again when you've been knocked down. But remember, mistakes are proof that you're trying, and that's all that you can do. That's what resilience is about.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You could beat the world, you could beat the war, you could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can...
To me, resilience is sticking with something when it gets difficult. Right now, that means avoiding the temptation to go out when it's not necessary, in order to keep each other safe.
Hands up, you can beat the clock, you can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You could be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you go find yourself.
Standing in the Hall of Fame,
yeah.
and the world's gonna know your name,
yeah.
'cause you burn with the gold.
To me, resilience is about keeping going. No matter how hard or tricky you might find something, no matter how much you want to give up, you keep going and finally you will achieve that goal.
And the world's gonna know your name, and you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell.
Resilience is to recover quickly from setbacks and challenges and still achieve your goals and dreams.
With a smile,
you could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try?
Do it for your country, do it for your name. 'Cause there's gonna be a day when you're
standing in the Hall of Fame.
Hello everyone. You've probably noticed that the weather's taken a bit of a turn and it's been raining over the last couple of days, which isn't great, but at least more people will probably stay indoors because there's not much sun to go out into. Did you know, on this day in 1715, a French manufacturer developed and released the first foldable umbrella, like one of these. So umbrellas used to be typically open all the time, I guess, until the French manufacturer thought, we're not having that, not on our watch, we're going to develop an umbrella that folds. Probably easier, isn't it, to carry around something like this, and if it does rain, pop it open, rather than keep it open and walk around with it all the time. Now that got me thinking, folding something up is actually a massive, massive engineering breakthrough, because when you fold something, you create storage, or you create the ease of carrying it around, anything like that. So folding has so many advantages, which got me thinking, what things are around my house that fold, that I could possibly use on a daily basis without even realising the engineering that's gone behind it. I've come up with a couple of things. So here I've got like a multi-purpose tool. It's a set of pliers. It's got a knife on there for if I ever needed it for like camping or cutting something. It's got a ruler on one side, a bottle opener. It's got various type of screwdriver heads, but it all folds into this pocket size shape, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. Not only do they fold in things that are not only small, but they also can be slightly bigger. I looked around the house and I thought, what else can I see that is using folding as engineering in its design? And I found my clothes horse, which folds up quite nicely, as you can see. But when you open it, the size of this thing goes like that, and you pop all your clothes on it and it dries. But when you want to pop it away for storage, or because everything's clothed, everything's dried, sorry, all you do is use this design in there, look, and it folds up into that, and then it gets nicely stored away there. For your green challenge, what I want you to do is find 3 things in your house that fold. So anything around your house that folds up. For your orange challenge, what I want you to do is think of 3 things that fold up in your house, but also think of 1 or 2 from outside your house. So you've got to think of things that you can't actually physically see or touch. For your blue challenge, what I want you to do is the 2 things that I've already said, but also consider the design that went around these foldable items. So for example, on this tool, I might be thinking, how does it rotate around that point? Is something inside rolling? Is it like a switch? Does it open and close? When you think about the design ideas that go behind them. And for your red challenge, I want you to do all of the things that I've just said, but also see if you can design your own foldable item and describe the designing behind it. I don't know what that might be. You might think of a toaster that folds. I don't know why you'd want a folding toaster, but there's one right there, and it was the first thing I saw. So think about an item that you could develop and design to fold using all the different engineering that you see on objects around your home. Okay? Let us know how you get on by following the home learning email address, which is going to zoom across my head now, possibly. And I look forward to seeing your responses. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon.
Today's sign is May. May.
Hi there, welcome back. Me once again, just looking to sign off for the day. Thank you very much for tuning in to Baycroft TV once again. I think it makes for a really positive start to the week that we can all get together like this as a community to get off on a really good footing. So thank you for joining us. We've got lots of great stuff coming up over the course of this week, including not very much of me. So if for no other reason than to enjoy not having to look at me, please do tune in every day. We've got some fantastic items that have been pulled together by the home learning team for you to enjoy. And I think that's probably enough from us for today, except to mention a very happy birthday. You will know this person as the Year 7 transition leader. However, she wears a number of different hats, including singer. So may I lead the whole Baycroft community in wishing Mrs. Kiff a very, very happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for lending us Mr. Kiff to do the wonderful editing for all of our videos on Baycroft TV. Have yourself a great day. Everyone else have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much for watching.